All right. It's been 6 months. You guys deserve an update at this point. Thank you for everybody who commented. Uh, 4 months ago. It's been 2 months and I want a new vid. Glad to see it's back. Timid is now working on Hapis, which is really cool. Where's next video? Can't wait to have it completed. It's been a work in progress, and today it's happening. I'm back with another update. I don't even know where to start. Um, for starters, I want to show you guys this train tunnel system. It is unique so far, and it's really just aiming to fix all the issues that I personally have with the train tunnel system. And it's not set in stone or anything, but the entire idea behind it is to have the train tunnels be connection points between the above ground trains instead of being like its own thing completely beneath the map. So, for the most part, the train tunnels are just going to run underneath the mountains. So over here in J9, we have this entrance right here. Going over here, and you can see up on this mountain, I put one of these bunker entrances. I haven't done the terrain yet. But down here to a station, and then okay, notification. Coming down here, really the main points that I'm hitting is just connecting all the sides of the map through the mountains with these tunnels. I do kind of hate how steep these slopes are, but I really don't have any other choice. These are the only assets that are sloped that Face Punch has. Which, if you followed the development a lot, you might have seen pictures of this one, which I was really happy with when I first put it together. I'm gonna have to move this because it just doesn't line up, unfortunately. So that'll have to go. I'll have to redo this area a little bit more. Over here, it connects into launch site's elevator. Up there, I accidentally saved it without the elevator. Okay, I need to fix that. I was making an example to Alistair the other day. And historically, there hasn't been any train tracks on the south side. That is changing. So as you can see here, I don't want to spoil too much of this, but well, it is the 2018 convoy, um, which still needs cliffs and everything, of course. Still very much a work in progress, but I think you guys will be really happy with that. Got the old mountain as well. I think the track may have gotten deleted, but I'll probably port it back in. It's just gonna follow up alongside Site B and then connect back into the train tracks up near Sewer Branch. So that'll just be a quick little loop around through Convoy and up to the mountain towards launch site. So starting here at Outpost B3, you'll see the jungle. So I'm working on the shaping and everything still, but yeah, planning on adding jungle to this area along with the new monument. And then also I'm looking to integrate the jungle into Site B a little bit more. You might notice that there's a lot of gray on the map right now. That is because I got rid of all the snow, or the majority of the snow, because I'm going to be repainting all the snow. So that's temporary. There's going to be snow on the mountains and everything. Don't worry about any of that. Rivers still need to be redone. You can see some new bridges, which are really cool from our newest developer. Following this around to the back, this is where we get into some pretty big changes that have actually just happened within the last couple of days. If you're following in the Discord, you've probably seen pictures of this, but I'm starting work on a full terrain revamp back here. I'm looking to bring the action away from the shoreline and more up onto the level that the road and train are already coming through at. So we got this nice ice lake up here too. Arctic Research Base is a lot higher up than it was before. And then, you got the terrain. It's still very, very much a work in progress. So there's going to be a lot of changes still. But this is the general idea. So I'm looking forward to see what you guys have to say on that. Coming around to the back here, we have, right now, I have 2018 Junkyard from Hapis in here, which was a request from a lot of players. And so I'm going to try it out. see what works, and I really just haven't gotten the time yet, so that'll all come in the future. For now, it's just kind of ported in and plopped in there. It's kind of scuffed placement, as you can see, but it's getting there. Coming around to the back side over here, I think this is what I updated you guys on the most last time, down in the harbor area, so you guys can see that I have been continuing this cliff face up along here. Let me switch the time of day real quick, like 15 or 16 even, just so you guys can see this a little bit better. Been extending this cliff face up. Really happy with how this is turning out. Coming along here, this is a lot of the stuff that I did in the last video. And there's some more cliffs along here. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more cliffs left to be done around the map. But that's just because we're kind of getting everything else sorted out first before we do those cliffs. A very recent change has been that I've been experimenting with expanding the grass into here to kind of reduce the size of the desert a bit, and then I've completely redone the desert terrain, so I think you guys are really going to like that. We'll go into that in a second. I was experimenting around with, instead of military tunnels, because military tunnels has been giving me headaches upon headaches and so many sleepless nights just trying to make it work. I'm sick of it. So I tried out the Airfield from, I think, 2016 Hapis. It was before Airfield was in the actual game, like Vanilla Rust, actually. It was a cool little predecessor to Airfield and a cool part of the history. Unfortunately, I just don't think it works in current day Rust, so I've already kind of started to remove it, and you guys can kind of see the remnants here. But I like the idea of an airfield of some sorts. So if you follow me on Twitter, you might have noticed that I've been working on an Airfield V2, which is literally exactly what it sounds like. It's just my version of a better airfield. And there's a chance that it ends up like right around here, and I'll just apply the splat real quick so you guys can kind of see what that would look like on the map. And then I might have the road kind of come around the back, and that would open up a lot of this area back here to building. And then also I would merge the puzzle from the security tower into that. So that would be where you get your red card, and then I'd probably end up moving large fishing village if I were to do that. But again, that is not set in stone at all. Coming into the desert, like, I went a little bit crazy with the new terrain. Some of it doesn't have cliffs still. I'm still working on that. But yeah, it's just a massive overhaul, and I've been playing a lot with the new cliff prefabs, getting used to them. Just coming along here. And then also I did some rock formations, kind of liked how they turned out. And then over here, this is a new location for Giant Excavator, which I'm a massive fan of, but I really do want to hear you guys' criticism, and I'm gonna hear you out like 100% on this one, because it's a massive change, and I can see it potentially being controversial. Like, this spot is maybe not for everybody, but I don't know what you guys think, so yeah, just let me know on that. I wanted there to be more of a buffer between Oasis and the excavator because I was moving it so close. So I figured I'd do that by adding this little ravine here, and you can climb up both sides, so that's not going to be too much of a stopper for like going in between, but it just cuts off lines of sight and just overall adds a lot of depth to the map in this part. Outpost is something that we've been kind of going back and forth on removing. I think we're going to leave it in for now, and of course all this terrain is an absolute mess right now. It'll be fixed up. For a while I did have like a huge lake here, and Outpost was removed, which I really liked, but it might just be too much of a change, like too big of a change to do with a re-release of Hapis, and I think the Outpost needs to be there for that initial re-release. And this can get deleted because that was a remnant from when there was no Outpost there. I kind of went crazy the other day and used one of the Vanilla Canyon prefabs to create this crazy underwater lab spot. And I just think it's sick. I want to know you guys' thoughts on this one as well. Yeah, just let me know. I think it's pretty cool. I think using a submarine down here, like the diver propulsion thing, would just be so sick. So you might notice there's no listening station or cove right now. That is temporary, and I want to make that very, very clear. I am not taking away listening station or the cove. I was redoing the ocean floor, and I just wanted to get them out of the way for a while. And honestly, not having them there on the map right now is it just takes so much off my mind that I just haven't added them back yet. So really, that's about it for updates, or at least the updates that I am going to be sharing with you guys at this moment. I really am just curious to know what you guys think about this. Like, are you excited to play Hapis? Are these changes looking good to you? Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little update. I hope you guys have a good one, and hopefully I will be getting back to you guys with more consistent updates on the regular. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm trying for you guys.